It's the Ross Tucker Football Podcast.
Oh, yeah, it is. But it's not just any Ross Tucker Football Podcast. It is a Finish Strong Friday for my family and yours. It is a Picks Friday, so you know who I think is going to win every game. We let some doggies out, hopefully. And it is a Winners Friday because I truly appreciate all of you. But I'm not going to lie. I super duper appreciate those of you that go the extra mile and want to win. We are presented by DraftKings. And on Fridays, we're kind of presented by Mike Singletary.
I want winners. I want people that want to win.
So it was really easy this week. It was people like Russell Bowman who quote tweeted a tweet from @RossTuckerPod for even money. So he just quote tweeted how much he likes the Even Money podcast. Bang, Russell, that was easy. Let me know if you want a signed picture or press pass or card. I'm racking up some awesome press passes. Email me, ross@rosstucker.com. The sponsor confirmation email winner, Evan Hauser. And, you know, Evan just sent me in a Spotify rating. No money or anything. Just sent me in, hey, I gave you a 5-star rating on Spotify. So thank you, Evan. That counts too. That's kind of like a sponsor confirmation email winner. Love it. And then the YouTube shout out is especially cool for multiple reasons. Number one, it's from Steve Bender, who said he's usually running a crane while he listens to the show. So he doesn't usually watch on YouTube. He's usually listening, which makes sense. And then he had something even cooler to say, which I will get into a little bit later if I can find exactly where it is he said, because I thought I copied and pasted it somewhere, but I'm not seeing it right now. So I might just have to give you the gist of it. At any rate, awesome stuff from Steve Bender. Love when look, the guy is usually running a crane. He's not watching on YouTube, but he still went to youtube.com/RossTuckerNFL, hit the thumbs up button to subscribe, and then made a comment on the video. And now he's a winner. And now, Steve, just let me know who you want your personalized cameo style video to go to. Shout out of the day for the patron of the day is Calm Sheehan, COLM. I think I'm saying that right. Calm Sheehan. Sounds like perhaps one of our listeners across the pond. Patreon.com/RT Media. Make sure you are at the Tuckheads level so you can be a part of our private Slack channel, see the even money bets, the Friday picks, the press box food grades, the power rankings, etc. It's big show time.
The Big Show.
Thursday Night Football goes to the Washington Commanders, who improved to 2-4 after beating the Bears 12-7.
12-7. Yeah. So let's start with this. There is always drama surrounding the Washington franchise. It's a shame. And I'm sick of it as a former player. I can't even imagine how sick of it the fans are. Yesterday, ESPN released another Dan Snyder, I don't know what you call it, expose with Dan Snyder. Basically, the gist of it was the owners want him out. Al Michaels even said last night that his opinion, which I'm sure someone has helped him form this opinion, is that the owners would like for him to sell, but he's not going to do that because he's Dan Snyder. And he said they can't mess with me because he has too much dirt on Goodell and the league office and the other owners. He reportedly hired private investigators to follow the other owners and Goodell around so that he would have dirt on them. I don't know. It all sounds very salacious to me. Washington was without a bunch of guys last night. No Sam Cosmi, their right tackle. No Logan Thomas, their tight end. No Jahan Dotson, their stud rookie receiver. No William Jackson, their starting corner, who I guess in a nice way is trying to get out of there. He wants to play for a team that plays more man-to-man coverage. So he was inactive as he tries to get traded. Like I said, never a dull moment for that franchise. So here's what I thought about the game. Early on, especially, but this is really all game, Justin Fields would not throw the ball at times to open receivers, instead taking sacks, holding on to the football. The amount of times he either got sacked or almost got sacked and avoided it was countless, double digits easily. He doesn't have a good pass protecting offensive line in front of him, and he compounds that by holding onto the ball. The Bears had a nice long drive, got down into Washington territory, but it ended with an interception after Justin Fields threw it right off the helmet of a Washington commander, and Jonathan Allen caught it. So there you go. You're inside the 5. You get nothing to show for it. Then Khalil Herbert, who looks like a real keeper, the second-year running back for the Bears, he has a long run, awesome long run. Bears are down near the goal line again. Justin Fields misses a totally wide open tight end for a touchdown. Then shows some guts to get down near the goal line on 3rd and goal. 4th and goal, Khalil Herbert stuffed at the goal line. Again, 0 points for the Chicago Bears. The Bears should have won this game. This was a very winnable game for the Bears, but getting 0 points 3 times down near the goal line will do it to you. A muffed punt, which I'll get to, will do it to you. I thought 2 questionable pass interference penalties against the Bears at the end of the first half led Washington to a field goal, which meant the score was 3-0 at halftime. 3-0. And really, even those 3 points shouldn't have been scored because of the questionable pass interference penalties. Justin Fields took so many vicious blows, some of which are his fault. He needs to throw the ball earlier. However, he proved his toughness, and he made an awesome bomb to Austin Pettis on a no-huddle free play to make the score 7-3. That was the Bears' only points, was the Field bomb to Austin Pettis. Really, really impressive throw by Fields. Really impressive throw. Then Washington moved the ball again, primarily with Antonio Gibson, who to me looks like he still has more juice than Brian Robinson, but they had to settle for another field goal. So now we're at 7-6. So if you didn't watch the game, yes, it was really this exciting. I will say this, Khalil Herbert has some legit juice as well for the Bears, meaning just explosiveness. It felt like, as I said, Fields alternated between avoiding sacks and getting sacked. Bears still were in great shape to win the game until Velus Jones muffed a punt. He muffed a punt inside his own 10. Washington gets it. Carson Wentz actually has a lead block on Roquan Smith, which was an awesome lead block. Like he pancaked Roquan Smith, which led to a Brian Robinson touchdown, which led to a 12-7 lead after a failed 2-point conversion. I will say this, in Fields' defense, there were several drops by the Bears, including the end of the game. Justin Fields had a crazy, impressive run. Like, he is fast to get down near the goal line again. 4th and goal, put a nice ball to Darnell Mooney, who bobbled it, didn't catch it. Probably should have been a touchdown. Bears should have won the game. Play before, I thought, was pass interference against Washington. I mean, wild game. And to me, there are some people that don't know what gifts to give their loved ones. That's why Uncommon Goods is so awesome. Whether it's for your mom, your dad, teenagers, in-laws, best friends, Uncommon Goods makes it easy to find remarkable and truly original gifts for anyone. They look for products that are high quality, unique, often handmade or made in the US. They're looking for meaningful, out of the ordinary gifts. Sometimes their gifts sell out fast, by the way. So shop now, get the holiday season taken care of early. We all don't know what to get people for holidays. We don't. They've got mixology classes, cooking classes. They got all kinds of cool stuff. And when you shop at Uncommon Goods, you're also supporting artists and small independent businesses. To get 15% off your next gift, go to uncommongoods.com/XXX. That's uncommongoods.com/XXX for 15% off. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Uncommon Goods. We're all out of the ordinary.
Want to know which team is going to win every single game on Sunday? Then listen up.
All right, let's start with the 49ers at the Falcons.
I like the Niners. Talked about it with Steve on the Even Money podcast this week. I think the Niners win the game, but they're a little bit beat up. Obviously, with Nick Bosa being a little banged up, Emmanuel Mosley out for the season. The Falcons' passing game is just getting worse and worse, unfortunately, with what we're seeing from Marcus Mariota. So it's kind of hard to imagine them running the ball well enough or throwing it well enough to beat the Niners. I do think it's a pretty close, entertaining game. That's why I like the Falcons and the points. But ultimately, Jimmy G looked pretty good last week. I'm not going to pick the Falcons to get the upset here. I think it's probably 24-20, something like that. 24-20, 23-17, maybe the Niners win.
New England Patriots, Cleveland Browns.
I'm not sure I quite understand this betting line. I'm looking at it, and the Browns are favored. Now, they're not favored by as much as they were. They're favored by 2.5. They had been favored by 3. I think it'll be Bailey Zappi, and I think that the Patriots have a great chance to win the game. I guess I have more faith in the Patriots to win a close game late than I do the Browns based on what we've seen. Brissett has had some really untimely interceptions. The Patriots kind of figured out who they are, playing awesome D. You can run on the Browns. Patriots are going to try to run the ball down the Browns' throat. I don't think the Browns, who are somewhat one-dimensional, are going to be able to run the ball down the Patriots' throat. I like the Patriots to win a close, hard-fought game like 20-17, so you can let the doggies out, Brian.
Ross's Underdog of the Week.
Next game, New York Jets, Green Bay Packers.
So I like the Packers to win the game. I mean, I love what the Jets are doing. I love the fact that they've got all these young players doing so well, but I'm not picking them to win on the road at the Packers. That would be a huge conversation, huge, for both the Jets and the Packers. I mean, that'd be a gigantic win for the Jets to get to 4-2, win at Lambeau Field with this young team, but it would likewise be a horrendous loss for the Packers. So I don't think it's going to happen. I think the Packers bounce back, play better, but man, that would be a seismic shift in the power rankings if somehow the Jets pulled that off. Packers 23, Jets 17.
Jacksonville Jaguars at the Indianapolis Colts.
In fact, Brian, there might be better options, but the Packers are a team you could strongly consider locking up. I cannot imagine them losing that game.
your survivor / knockout / whatever you call it, pick of the week.
So I kind of like the Jaguars to win this game. You know, I know the Colts are coming off of a win and they had a little extra time to prepare, but man, the Colts are a struggle. The Jaguars can at least move the football. And with that Colts offensive line playing the way they do, I guess I kind of feel like the Jags D line with Trayvon Walker as well as Josh Allen. I think they're going to get after Matt Ryan. The Jags, for whatever reason, have the Colts number. It's interesting they're playing for a second time already this early in the year. I'm going to take the Jags in a low-scoring, close one. 17-14 Jags doggies, Bri.
Ross's Underdog of the Week.
Minnesota is at Miami.
Speaking of at Miami, or at least close to it, Bri, I've been telling you guys about the Game Time app. This is what Steve Bender, the guy who's the YouTube comment winner, this is what he said. I do not have Twitter, but I did download the Game Time app for tickets for John Petrucci at Hard Rock Live Orlando. Thank you, Ross, for the discount. Love the show, long-time listener. That is awesome. I talked about this a little bit with Joe Dolan on the Fantasy Feast. Do you know who John Petrucci is, Bri?
No, I don't.
I do not either. I'm sure someone's going to tweet us at Ross Tucker NFL. I know this. Game Time is the fastest growing ticketing app that I use, that Steve Bender uses, that guarantees lowest price on tickets to all your favorite sports, concerts, and shows. You can even see where your seats would be. Do what Steve Bender did. Download the Game Time app. Create an account. Redeem code Ross for $20 off your first purchase. Again, Ross for $20 off already the lowest price guaranteed last minute tickets. Terms apply. It's a Game Time app. It's code Ross. As for the game, Bri, I got to go Vikings. I mean, I kind of think Skylar Thompson's a pretty impressive 7th round rookie, but I'm not picking him to beat a Vikings team that's 4-1. What a great example, by the way, of sometimes it's not who you play, it's when you play them. And for the Vikings to be able to play the Dolphins with no Tua and no Teddy Bridgewater, that's pretty significant. That would be an unbelievable win for the Dolphins that I don't really think they're going to get. Go ahead and give me the Vikings to take care of business. I don't know. I think actually pretty decent. So 20-17, 23-17, something like that.
Next game, it's the Cincinnati Bengals at the New Orleans Saints.
Interesting to me that the Bengals are favored in this one. I think it's a reflection of the Saints still having a bunch of injuries and being banged up. Boy, this feels like a straight toss-up game to me. I'm like torn on this one. I think I'm going to go with the home team and go with Taysom Hill, although the defense for the Saints wasn't great last week. I'm going to the Bengals. 24-23 Bengals because the Saints are still kind of beat up.
Ravens at the Giants.
I like the Ravens to win the game. I mean, the Giants have had a good season. They're a nice story. Wink Martindale, now the D coordinator for the Giants, he does know Lamar Jackson's weaknesses. So it'll be very interesting to see, how he plays it, what he does there with Wink Martindale. Very easy to very interesting to see that. But I still think the Ravens win. They're getting healthier at the right time. Giants coming off that emotional win, Lambeau Field or in London against the Packers. I think Ravens get it done here against a very solid Giants team. 20-17. Ravens are not great against the pass, but the Giants don't really have the personnel to take advantage of that. I don't think they're going to let Saquon beat them or Daniel Jones's legs. 20-17 Ravens.
Buccaneers, Steelers.
Well, this would be another one that you could strongly consider locking up. It's interesting to me that the Rams have a bigger spread and are bigger favorites over the Panthers than the Bucs over the Steelers. I guess the Steelers are playing at home. I guess the thought process is they can't play as bad as they played last week. I guess that's correct. They're not going to lose 35-3 or 38-3 or whatever it was, but I still think they're going to lose. I don't know, 23-13 Bucs. Lock them up.
Your survivor / knockout / whatever you call it, pick of the week.
Carolina Panthers, Los Angeles Rams.
So I'll take the Rams to win the game. But as I said on the Even Money Betting podcast, I love the Panthers getting the points. Like, I wouldn't be shocked the way that Rams are playing. I wouldn't be shocked if the Panthers won this game. I really wouldn't. I mean, that's how good, that's how much I think the Panthers will get a boost from Rule being fired and sort of, I don't know, it just kind of takes the tension out of the locker room a little bit. I think these guys like Steve Wilkes. They probably know he got a raw deal in Arizona and want to win for him, which I think is great. And I think PJ Walker will play. I think PJ Walker's pretty decent. I don't think he's worse than Baker Mayfield. I'm taking the Rams. Okay. I don't think they're going to lose this game. 23-16 Rams. You can lock them up, but that's a nervous one to lock up.
Your survivor / knockout / whatever you call it, pick of the week.
Arizona Cardinals at the Seattle Seahawks.
Whew. I'll take the Cardinals. I don't know. I don't think either one of these teams, these are both very middling teams. I'll take the Cardinals because I really don't know. This is the second one. Bengals, Saints, Cardinals, Seahawks, where I really, really struggle. I'll take the Cardinals because they played pretty well against the Eagles, and I'm going to guess that maybe they found their formula for what works for them. I'm going to hope, I don't know, that they found their formula. I mean, obviously, Seattle's defense has been horrendous, and Arizona started to move the ball pretty well against a good Eagles D. So, yeah, I'll take the Cardinals. Pretty high scoring, actually. Both these offenses are better than the defenses. 28-27 Cardinals.
Buffalo Bills, Kansas City Chiefs.
So this game should be epic, should be awesome. I do think it helps the Bills a little bit that the Chiefs had a hard-fought game against the Raiders on Monday night. I think that helps them. And I think in part, as a result, I also think the Bills are just a better team. This will be epic. This will go back and forth. This will be an awesome game. Let's go, man. 34-31. The Bills get it done in Kansas City, but these two teams are playing again.
Sunday night, Cowboys, Eagles.
Well, before we get to Sunday night, Bri, I want to make sure, I hope all of you guys have the Red Zone, NFL Red Zone. It's amazing. And you can follow all the action on one screen. You know what the Red Zone is, right? They show every touchdown every Sunday. If you don't have it, it's available on Sling Blue Plus Sports Extra. Sling is easy to set up, easy to use, and now you can try it for half off. Just visit sling.com/DraftKings to sign up today. So you're watching every touchdown live every Sunday afternoon with NFL Red Zone on Sling. For a limited time, get Sling Blue and add on Sports Extra with NFL Red Zone for half off your first month. Regular price $46, now only $23. That's right. You get the best deal on Red Zone so you can catch all the touchdowns at the lowest price with Sling TV. Visit sling.com/DraftKings to sign up today. As for the Eagles Cowboys, I think the Eagles are the better team. I think the crowd will be going crazy. I think the Eagles will win the football game. But as I mentioned on the Even Money podcast, with this spread, man, I kind of like the Cowboys getting this many points. I don't think the Eagles should be this big of favorites. I just think the problem for the Cowboys is their best thing, their pass rush, will be negated to some extent by the best offensive line in the NFL. Sounds like Mailata might be able to play for the Eagles. Huge game. Crowd's going crazy. Eagles win a good game, a good lower scoring game, 20-17. Eagles get one more score than do the Cowboys.
And finally, Monday Night Football, the Denver Broncos and the Los Angeles Chargers.
Chargers. I mean, I don't know how you could pick the Broncos right now if you've actually watched the Broncos play football. Certainly not against the Chargers and Justin Herbert, who the last couple of weeks have been on fire offensively. They got Eckler involved a lot. So certainly like the Chargers in this game. Now, maybe at some point the Broncos figure it out, but even now with these health issues with Russell Wilson, it's not good. Not good at all. I'm all over the Chargers in this one. See, their defense is pretty good in Denver. So it's like, I'll just say 23-16 Chargers. Broncos stink in the red zone. So 23-16 Chargers. We do have some shout outs at the end of every show. It's really interesting, by the way. It's really cool. If you become an I Think We're Done Here member of patreon.com/RT Media, I will say the name of your business at the end of every show. Pizza Boy Brewing, Sporticulture, HumanHeadNYC.com, SteakhouseSports.com, Go-Bengals.com, Evergreen Economics, Vision Comics with an X, BackOfficeScheduler.com, and we talked about gifts earlier in the show, MyFrontPageStory.com. It is the gift that keeps on giving. Your significant other or your loved one will have it hanging up in their house forever. MyFrontPageStory.com. Have an awesome weekend. You can catch up on College Draft, Even Money, Fantasy Feast. Both episodes are posted. And we'll actually post the show Sunday night. We'll have the Monday recap Sunday night because of our travel schedules. I think we're done here.
Thanks for listening to the Ross Tucker Football Podcast. Make sure to also subscribe to the Fantasy Feast, Even Money, Business of Sports, and College Draft. All available at Apple Podcasts, rosstucker.com, or wherever podcasts can be found.